This here is a little channel update that would not fit in the community tab with just one picture and some text, so I thought I'd do it here. Probably you're all familiar with the premiere on the 21st of this month of the upcoming Disney movie Snow White, which is a remake of the original 1937 cartoon Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. When they make something updated, they tend to make the title shorter. And I'm not jumping on some bandwagon, as some of you said. For the most part, you guys like it. Yet, for the most part, most of you don't have any interest in it. It doesn't matter, because this has a wider appeal. So, the upcoming movie premieres on the 21st of this month. And they've messed with the story. And the star of it, Rachel Zegler, has got a lot of rotten things to say about the original, and all of these criticisms, because we can't call them entirely reactions, are doing great, because all we have to react to are the trailers, and the fact that we know that they have changed the story. So I've been through a ton of them, and I figured I'm going to do my own version. It's going to be better than the rest, and my version of it is better than the others, because the others are missing out on the actual cartoon. So, and these other channels are making ongoing, like little 15-minute criticisms, and they're all repeating themselves as time goes on towards the premiere of this movie. So I figured I'm going to go right into the original cartoon. I'm going to do both trailers. I'm going to cover every base, and that's what I did. And you know how we make fun of Julia on What's Left of Healthy Junk Food, her numbers? Let's make fun of mine. So they premiered 2 days ago. It's got like a few hundred views. It's doing terrible. I worked on it for like 20 hours over 5 days or something like that. And so it's 2 hours, and there are very few dead spots. There's something in it all the way through. And it's doing terrible, and for the most part, it's being forgotten here because it's not a Ken Domik reaction. However, doing other things is good for the channel, because if Ken just retires someday, what do we have? And if the if the policies change, they say, well, all you do is react to one person, it's targeted criticism. Well, we've got other reactions on Julia, which are great, and it's good to do different stuff. It makes the channel stronger, and it protects it. So, the thing is, I didn't think most of you were going to like it anyway. However, it should have had a wider appeal beyond Ken Domik and Julia reactions. So, all it needs is a little push. So, I went to buy my first YouTube ads, and they came back disallowed. And what's the reason? So, yeah, well, so that's the email. It's like your YouTube ad campaign is disallowed. And the reason is it's election campaigning in the United States. This is all because of artificial intelligence at YouTube. Here, like, this is in alphabetical order: Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and there isn't a picture or video of them in the whole thing. The reason why this was spoken to is because Rachel Zegler is the one to start talking about Donald Trump and didn't like it that he got elected.
She's very, very upset about the Trump win. Okay, this is a post she made on X. Here's what she posted. And by the way, she's starring right now in Broadway's Romeo and Juliet, so don't go see that. Okay, she writes, I find myself speechless.
So she said that Trump and everybody who voted for him should never know peace. And that's something that only a monster would say. And doing some research on Zegler, she is an entitled brat who got everything way too fast. And she's just full of herself, and she's had other rotten things to say in the last couple of years on other topics. And yeah, let me give you the video, because you know it's so easy to just use these pictures and say, here's my argument. I like to do the video. Let's do the video. So here we are on the inside of this channel's studio, and there's my very first campaign. Let's click on it. And it goes over here. It says, this promotion violates policy and can't run. To continue, fix the policy issues. I can't do that. It ruins the whole flow of a 2-hour criticism that involves Rachel Zegler, the star of this movie, talking about Trump. It says election advertising in the United States, not campaigning, advertising. So there it is. Okay, we get out of that. Let's go back to the other thing. Yeah, there's my only first campaign. It says disapproved. You hit it. It says election advertising in the United States. So I was going to spend like $90 Canadian to give this thing a push, and I can't do business because the AI listens to this and says that it's election advertising, which is impossible because Trump can only be president twice and he can't run again and the election's over. And there's a little blurb there where it says these are all the reasons why. The thing is, it doesn't apply to what I did. I'm not campaigning, advertising for the election because, for just what I said, he can only be president twice. That's it. There's no election on. The election is over between Harris and Trump, and they're saying go in there and fix this. It's like there's nothing to fix. So I decided to give it another shot. And this is what it looks like when you're hitting the promotion button. And these are all the countries that they give you. United States, India, Canada, Australia, and Bangladesh. Because it involves money, I don't want to type in anything on my own. And really, I went after the United States first. So just to avoid any more complications, what's wrong with Canadian targeting his ads only to Canada? So I tried to send my ads to promote only to Canadians. And here's my studio. It didn't take a day for them to disapprove it. Now they disapproved it within like a few minutes because the AI has learned about what production I'm asking for. And the same AI goes through it and it says it's disapproved because it's election advertising. For me to talk about Rachel Zegler talking about Trump and having the ads only go after Canadians is now also considered to be American election advertising. It cannot be allowed. There's nobody to talk to there. It's the AI that makes these decisions. There's nothing to take out of this to meet the guidelines. It's not election advertising. And so I'm not allowed to send it to the United States, the ads. I thought I would have gotten the best response there because this is a hot topic. So I said, okay, I'll send it to Canadians. And I can't do it to my own country either. It makes no sense for the United States or Canada. So, there you go. Like, I put in a huge amount of work. Hey, look, what I did is really funny. It's really superior. Like, I know probably, I don't have to say no, probably. Like, most of you didn't touch it. The same, I didn't repeat what everybody else did. Check this. That is the costume designer for Snow White at left. And she looks just like Jim Carrey playing the Riddler. I deserve an award for that. And Dopey from 1937 is adorable. And the CGI Dopey is scary. And he's got gemstone sunglasses on, whatever that is. The thing is, I'm the only one who said that he looks like a cross between Alfred E. Newman and Howdy Doody. What about the squirrels? You guys know that I love squirrels. We like squirrels around here. I mentioned the squirrels. And so that's all in there. And most of you didn't pay attention to it. And, I'm not squawking at you too much because, yeah, you should give it a chance because it helps the channel. The thing is, if YouTube would allow me to buy some ads and do some business, it could get a push. And this could be successful. And I can't buy ads because the AI says that it is election advertising for the United States. Even if I try to send it to Canada, the AI says it's election advertising. I've already said it. It's impossible to be election advertising. So there you go. Tons of work. I can't give it a push because the YouTube AI is saying that it is election advertising. Thanks a lot, AI, you piece of crap. Do you know how I like to make fun of Julia's performance with the channel she stole from JP, Healthy Junk Food? So let's make fun of my performance. It's March 4th, 2025 at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My Snow White analysis of the remake has been out for 3 days now, and it's got a pathetic 660 views. And check the title, Good Snow White versus Evil Rachel Zegler Woke Remake. I got all the buzzwords in there. I wrote a description. I got a dynamite thumbnail. It's a very popular topic, and it's not doing anything. What a waste of work. And even though it does have 660 views, it's only got 37 likes. And the reason why YouTubers are always saying, like, I don't like to bother people all the time, subscribe. That you gotta inspire somebody to subscribe. And if you dig what I do here, great, subscribe. I just hit the like, because the algorithm, if you like it, will say this can't be all that bad, and it will recommend it. And that's how the whole YouTube thing works. People, will invest in consuming this material if it seems to be, not terrible. So you might say it's 2 hours. I don't have 2 hours for you. Well, how about you go in there and just randomly pick a spot and see if you dig it? And there's a slider at the bottom. So if you go to the part where I go through the original cartoon with still photographs, give that a try, and then hit the like. I should have at least a couple hundred likes there, and that might help push it. I'm not going to give up on this just yet. So, because it can continue to be a hot topic, because they just had the Oscars, and the two big actresses, Rachel and Gal, didn't even acknowledge each other. They didn't look at each other. They didn't chat with each other when they presented some award. So it's going to continue to be popular. It's just going to get more popular. So please get in there, if you haven't, and hit it at least for a few minutes, and hit the like. And, yeah, because, it's pretty good if you give it a chance. So, well, that's it. So, please do so.